Most of you know Oryx, the Taken King, but do you know his history? Today we're going to be taking a look at how Oryx became Oryx. On the planet Fundament there was a king of the Osmian court. He had 3 children, Arash, Sathona, and Zero, all sisters. Fundament was like Earth, not fully like Earth though. It was a huge water planet with few continents on it. It had 52 moons, which is important later, and it also had a different species, the krill or protohive. The krill only live to about 10 unless you're a mother, then you'll live much longer. One last thing, the 3 sisters, Arash, Sathona, and Zero, were tutored by Tox, the sterile mother. Now that you have the setting, let's take a look at the actual story of Oryx. These 3 sisters felt that their lives were bitter and that they wanted a better life, a better destiny. Arash wanted to explore the vast universe, Sathona wanted to become a mother, and Zero wanted to conquer everything. Their father had died at age 10 after becoming crazy about a coming event called the syzygy. Tox was now worried that there was no suitable heir to the throne after his death, and invited a rival kingdom, the Helium Drinkers. She ordered the Helium Drinkers to kill the rest of the royal family, so she could become the next king. Luckily though, or I guess not, Arash, Sathona, and Zero escaped on Arash's ship. While they were on the ship, Sathona was extremely worried about the syzygy and hoped to save her sisters from it. Sathona had also grabbed her dad's worm, which was the thing whispering to her about the syzygy. No one else had a worm but him. He considered it his familiar. By now they had been at sea for a year and were 3 years old. That's pretty old for a krill. Eventually they found a ship called the Needle Ship from the Shabuvi Maelstrom. Zero wanted to sell it for money for an army, but Arash wanted to keep it for exploration. Sathona sided with Arash, and so as they were pondering how to get back at Tox, they decided to dive into the waters of the Fundament, hoping to discover something that would help them. As they got near the deep, a being called the Leviathan, a disciple of the Traveler, found them. It told them to turn back because they didn't want to find out what's in the deep. They faced a choice between the sky and the deep, the light and the darkness. But they decided to listen to their father's worm that Sathona had and dove into the deep where they would meet the worm gods. They were greeted by Yul, Ir, Zol, and Akka, the virtuous worms. Zol is the one who killed. The worm gods told them that they would give them immortality to make a change in the world, which is what they all wanted. But this came at a price. In immortality, Arash, you may never cease to explore and inquire, for the sake of your children. In immortality, Zero, you may never cease to test your strength. In your immortality, Sathona, you may never abandon cunning. If any of the sisters did this, they would be devoured by their worms, and as their power grows, so will their worm's appetite. They were told by the worm gods to go back to the sky and take back Fundament, feeding their worms and gaining power, and so the hive were born. Zero took the night morph and became Xivu Arath, the god of war. Sathona took the mother morph and became Savathun, the witch queen. And Arash took the king morph, transforming into a male and becoming Oryx, spelled Auryx, the king of the hive. Over the following years, they returned to their people and spread the worms among them, creating the first hive. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for this video. Next time we will look at Oryx's path he took becoming Oryx, the Taken King, the one we know today, and what happened after that, how he died.